I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
I was playing a game with my son the other night.
Pretty good.
And something he'd found online. It's called GeoGuessr. I don't know if you've come across this. Yeah. Anyway, we had a few rounds of that, and he was sort of picking locations and in the local area, and I was, identifying, and I did rather well, if I may say. But something caught my eye on one of the street views. In the local area here, in the vicinity, but not a street I would go down. In fact, it's not a street I think I've ever been down. Never had any need to, particularly. Just a residential street. But on the side of the road, I noticed something.
Yes.
Bold as you like, without so much as a by your leave.
Oh, God, what were they doing?
No, nothing. No, not like that. Although there was some of that on Street View. But no. No, this was a vehicle.
Okay, good.
This was a vehicle. This was a Mark I Toyota MR2.
Oh, the lesser seen.
The lesser seen, 1986.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. In white.
Oh, dear. I mean, that's acceptable because I find I like those early ones. I like red, I like white, I like black. That's probably...
Yeah. They did it in a blue, which doesn't work.
It was quite a flat blue, as I recall.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it looked really good in. Well, this looked really tidy. But just parked by the side of the road. Non-original alloys, but quite nice ones. They were a little bit too big for the age. That happens.
Yeah. Oh, because those ones had the MR2s. They had those lovely sort of almost teardrop ones, didn't they?
Were they alloys on those? I can't remember whether they were alloys or steelies. But
I'm gonna go and find the wheel that I am thinking of.
I seem to recall them having quite a sort of flush design with just holes around the edges. But
but that's the ones I'm talking about. But if you have a look, they are slightly teardropped. I will.
Okay.
I'll send you a link to it now.
Oh, very good.
Maybe. There's one.
I should have screenshotted this, but I didn't think to at the time. But you're struggling with the tech again, aren't you?
No, I'm not. It came out the size of a postage stamp.
Oh, okay.
It looked bigger, but I was being misled. There we go. That's a better one. It's still not massive, but it'll get the job done. Good God, I don't realise what I'm saying half the time. It's been a hard week, this one.
Yeah. Very obviously.
For goodness sake. Oh, there you go. I've sent you the picture of that. I'm just delighted my insides are on the inside, if I'm honest.
You've not had. It has been a difficult week in many ways, hasn't it? Yes, you've suffered there a bit.
There's been some bugs and there's been some jettisoning of of innards and what I believe Bob Mortimer delicately describes as the quicklies.
Yeah, that is quite a nice way of putting it, isn't it? Yes, that is quite delicate. I approve of that. Yes, the quicklies. I like that. That's very good. Yes, those are the wheels I was thinking of. Those are not the wheels that were on this particular one. But I can't remember the last time I saw one, and there it was.
Yeah, that's true.
Just in front of a Mark III Mondeo estate.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we like those.
Because what I'm thinking is, it's been a while since I have played the GeoGuessr game, but do they show you the dates on the photographs?
Not that I noticed, but I think you can get that.
Yeah, if you go back through Google, you can grab it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, these were fairly recent, I think.
Okay. Yeah, if you actually go back to Google Maps, you can tell up in the corner, it gives you the date, and you can, if they've been down that road a couple of times, you can flick between their photos.
Yes, I know it holds a bit of a history. Yeah. Yes, because there was one area we got to where we could see our house, and it's got our current car in it, which means the picture must have been taken in the last 12 months.
Oh, yeah, that is very recent, actually.
So that must be recent, yes. So until recently, it had the Tesla parked outside, but now it's got the Puma. So they must have updated it.
That's interesting. I'm just going to click. I'm going to treat myself and click on my road. No.
Oh,
not updated.
Knock yourself out there. Yeah.
No,
not updated.
Not updated in the slightest. Ever since Street View has existed, they've never been past our house where we've owned it.
Oh, you've been there quite a while now.
Yeah.
Well, it's that sort of road, isn't it? I mean, you wouldn't really want to be seen down it. But yeah, it's it caught my eye. I thought, wow, that's fantastic. You just don't see those anymore.
You do not. I like you cannot recall the last time I saw one.
No, I can't. But there it is. It looked lovely, and it was where was it? Oh, on up on one of the roads off Abbotsham Road.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like you say, quite nearby.
Yeah,
just humouring myself, looking at old photos of where I live. As it turns out, when these photos were taken in 2009, there is one omission from one of the houses up the road, which is not in this photo, so it must have been introduced since then, which has never gone away. You've been up the road further into the cul-de-sac to turn around.
Yes, I have. That's what I normally do. Yeah.
So if as the road bears around to the right, on your left-hand side, there is a house which has a rather long UPVC porch.
Okay, can't say I've particularly noticed that.
No, it's the only one with it, but that's not the noteworthy bit. What is in one of the windows of this porch is a cardboard cutout of Nigel Mansell.
Okay.
In his championship year, he's all 1992 with his Williams gear on. And I've wondered why on earth Big Nige is.
That's a very interesting choice, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Just he's surveying the land. He's like a mustached, brummy neighbourhood watch or something, isn't he?
Yeah, he's keeping an eye on proceedings there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a bit odd. I was just don't know why it made me
Sounds
think.
like how you've parked just there. Yeah, it's that is a very strange choice.
Yes, I don't.
I quite like the XF Sport Brake that's parked at the end of that road, but that's my personal thing there.
Yeah, up in the corner, that dark red one.
That's nice. Yeah.
They
have done well there. Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen the occupant or even aware of who lives up in the corner there.
Okay. Well, that's a little distance from you, to be fair, but
I'd like to at least have a brief conversation with whoever owns it.
If they've got an XF Sport Brake, that could be somebody that we could do business with. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're on to a winner there.
I think so. Yes.
There's actually a good array of estate cars on my road.
Yeah.
There is some toss, don't worry.
There is. Yeah, there's a couple of VW campers, isn't there? But we'll gloss over that.
That's it. Some people have bought T6s and realised that I've bought an overpriced van with air conditioning.
Yeah. It doesn't work at all. Yes, but there are there's some not bad motors on your street.
Yeah, no, some quite interesting stuff. Yes, so that is a very good spot. So that's like a secondary game when you're playing Geo, I guess. Then spot.
It is. I
tremendous vehicle.
Yeah, I had to pause the game at the moment and explain to him how important that was. I don't think he quite.
No, I'm just going to predict that he didn't give a flying what's it.
No, he just sat there quietly until I'd finished going on about it and then moved on to the next location.
That's it. In his head,
he handled it politely.
I'm going to let the old man get his story out, and then we're going to move on.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
It's one of Daddy's car rants. Yes.
Well, that wasn't a rant. That was
a rant. No, not at all. No, that was oh, look at that.
Yeah, you took him on a journey.
I did. I tried to explain to him that was actually quite a rare car, and it's it was briefly from my youth as well, because my dad had a press car, one of those, a demonstrator.
Nice.
To review, and that one was red, and that I believe was a D plate. That would make it. Well, that would be 86 as well, actually, wouldn't it? 85, 86.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and that was cracking little car. That.
Yeah, I bet.
But you just don't see them anymore, and I just spotted it there and thought, oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, that'll do nicely. Yeah,
parked on the road like somebody's using it.
Yeah, that's to be admired.
It is.
I'll have to keep an eye on it, because that's really not that far away, is it?
It's not that far away, and if it's out and about, you'll probably spot it, especially being white.
I mean, the only downside is if you are using that regularly, they just rot.
They do. You're going to have to be keeping that clean. But this was a street of houses that had off-road parking. So the fact that it was on the road made me think, well, it must be taxed and tested because it's on the road. Well, have to be, I suppose, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, some people don't play by the rules.
Some people don't worry about that. No. But, this car was too tidy, I predict, to be with somebody who's not going to be keeping it taxed and tested. So,
I suppose the only thing that might hamper our monitoring of this vehicle is if it was parked on the road, it could have purely been a visitor.
Well, quite. There is nothing to say. Because the street view is just a moment in time, isn't it? So
yeah.
There's nothing to say it was a resident there, but yes, it's. I'm almost interested enough to drive that way next time I'm out and have a little look.
Oh, well, I suppose the next time you're out that way is slightly different to I'm going to drive up there and have a look. That's a bit different.
That becomes a slightly obsessive then, doesn't it? I'm not ruling that out, mind.
No. I'm not prepared to rule that out either. That might just be a nice little excursion.
That could be a nice trip out on Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I'm just going to go and hunt an MR2.
Well, I mean, if you come back empty-handed, there's a nice pub there. So
that's a very good point, isn't it? If you can't find it, have a pint. Yes.
Oh, and if you do go and have a pint, there's more often than not a Nissan GTR parked outside.
There is. Well, that belongs to the owner.
So, yes, that'll do it.
Yes, indeed. Indeed so. Yes, he bought that a few years ago. The kind of bronzy coloured one.
Nice.
Yes, I know the one you mean. And, of course, my friend with the XJS and the Stag lives just around the corner from there. So... rich pickings in that area.
It's a hot spot for tasty vehicles.
Oh, it really is.
I'm going to segue really beautifully off the back of that GTR.
Oh, the little electric things, they're cracking. I love them.
The what? No. No.
I didn't think you were going to get that for a second.
No, because the reason my brain was ever so slightly delayed is because of the segue that I'm about to make. And you went, I wondered if he's preempted, and then I got, actually, no, he's not.
I've just done a dad joke.
It's a tiny, tiny brain. Yes. And I've had just not enough sleep. Right. No. Segue, GTR. You threw in a bit of electric. Well done, you, because that helps with this particular story. Have you seen that they're on Twitter with no real fanfare and on an unlisted video on YouTube, Nissan have previewed something called the R32 EV?
Oh, no, I haven't seen this. Interesting.
It's a very weird little clip with the rear end of a Skyline GTR R32.
Yeah.
So, early 90s jobber.
Yeah. Yeah, we like those.
Yeah, we do like those. And there's the unmistakable sound of the engine beginning. But it doesn't really amount to anything. You just see rear tail lights out of the darkness, and then it ends with the tagline of R32 EV, and it set everyone going of saying, are they about to sort of dip some sort of toe in the water? Are they going to do some sort of weird resto mod and stick some hybrid in it? Because they don't think full EV, because why would you do the engine sound?
Unless you want to show, where it's come from and then where it's going. But
maybe.
Yeah, I know what you mean, maybe. But yes, maybe hybrid is a possibility. Yeah,
that could be a fun little thing. Because
yes, it could.
Because not only have you got, well, I'm assuming they'd leave, if there is going to be hybrid, they'd leave the engine in some sort of state that we're familiar with, because they've got the incredibly famous and much sought after RB26 DETT engines, the twin turbo 2.6 straight 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if they would use the electric motors as we were talking about recently with the Lamborghini hybrid, where they would use the electric motor to give it that oomph, that push, that to get the performance right up there.
I would have thought that would work quite nicely, because being an early 90s car, I mean, obviously they were all four-wheel drive anyway, so it's got that going for it anyway.
Yes.
But what it will have had is monumental turbo lag.
Oh, horrific! Yeah,
I mean, not horrendous, because this is where my knowledge falls down. I mean, I know quite a bit about the engine, but I don't know if the turbos were staged or
right
in parallel.
Yeah.
But any hybrid system that you bolt to that and put it in that classic body shape, that's just going to be ridiculous.
That's naughty, that, isn't it? Yes, indeed. That could be quite a thing.
Yes.
I imagine this would be a limited edition.
I would assume so. But we've got absolutely bugger all to go on other than that clip.
That's weird. I mean, it is possible, I suppose, somebody's just made a clip.
But it's on the Nissan channel.
Well, that's
true. This isn't fakery. This is on their channel.
It's on the official Nissan. Yeah, okay.
It's on the Japanese channel.
Well, I bet they'll only release it for Japan. I bet it won't. I bet it won't come over here.
No, but oh my goodness me! Yes, please.
That's dirty. That absolutely. A few would find their way over here because people would import them.
Yeah. I mean, I commend that.
Yes, absolutely. Being right-hand drive.
Yeah, steering wheel in the correct
position. Yeah. That could be amazing.
Yes,
we really like those. Yeah.
Because just imagine though, if they went right, okay, this is the R32s where the Skyline really started to come into its own. They're going to go right. We'll do a hybrid one, and then maybe do an R33 plug-in hybrid one.
Yeah.
And then when they get all the way, work through the various code numbers and get vaguely near it, and go right. The new GTR in whatever guise is going to be the electric one.
Is pure electric. Yeah. Build up to it.
Wet the whistle.
I could see them doing that. Get the fan base interested in the idea.
Yeah.
Show them what the benefits of the electric motor, the instant torque and power and all that stuff. And then ease them in to a full electric version. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
And
of course Nissan have all the EV technology already.
It's about time they put it to good use.
Yeah.
I mean, well done with the Leaf for first time round on that. Well done. It's good. Got
people's
tongues wagging. Good sales.
We're not knocking the Leaf. No, not at all. No.
But yes. Yes, now it's time.
I think they're going to have to, aren't they, for those sorts of vehicles that has a very passionate, loyal fan base, they are going to have to build up to electric, like we've talked about with Porsche with the 911. They're going to have to do it, but they're going to have to tread very carefully.
Yes. But If any of this speculation is even remotely right, then we're on to a winner here, surely.
Yeah, I'd have thought so. But what a strange way to choose to announce it.
Really odd.
Yeah.
Just gently slip it under the door. Yeah, no, it's weird, but
interesting. Well, keep an eye on that. See if anything firm comes out.
I'll attempt to keep an eye on it.
That was a poor choice of phrase given your illness this week.
God, yeah. I could have only dreamed of that. Oh dear.
Oh no.
I'll attempt to keep an eye out for this, but they don't seem to have made it easy. So
interesting. Keep an eye on that. That could be quite something.
Yeah, I will keep an eye on that.
And I wonder if we're going to see more of that, as I say now, with them sneaking electric technology into cars like that. With the ultimate goal of them being pure electric, but for the moment, cheeky bit of hybrid.
Yeah. It's not going to hurt, I don't think. And during our ramblings there, you were kind enough to mention Lamborghini.
I did,
and we spoke about their V12 hybrid drivetrain that
we did
a couple of episodes back.
Yep.
We now have the unveil of the vehicle it's going to be in.
Ooh.
And I hope I say it right. It's the Lamborghini Revolto, something like that.
Revolto.
It's a weird one because they've got a U in it, and I don't know what to do with it.
Okay, let me have a look. See if I can.
Quickest way. Piston's got it front and center at the moment.
Okay, all right. Well, I've got them on a bookmark, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. There they are. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. The Reverl.
Yeah.
Reverl. Or they're Italian, aren't they? So it's going to be. I've got nothing.
I'll tell you what. I'll report back on that. I'll go to my man on the ground, and get an Italian take on that word.
Oh, you could ask him, couldn't you? Yeah,
yes.
How do we pronounce this? Yes. Possibly even get him to record it for us. So
I'll try. Yeah.
Revel.
I bet it will tell me again. That's not an Italian word. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not even a word. They've just made it up.
Yeah.
Yes. Just leaned on the keyboard. That'll do.
That's it. So, yes, there we go. We've got that.
There's a picture of an Audi S8 just below that. Sorry, got distracted there for a second.
That's all right. You're allowed to. That's the right thing. That's a fine thing to get excited about.
Oh, there's always some tasty stuff on the... Oh, a BMW 25 Touring. That's naughty. That an E30. Oh, I love them. Oh, it's always worth a troll around on the Pistonheads homepage, isn't it?
Yeah, but then you scroll a little bit further and go, oh, look, an Alfa Romeo SUV.
That's horrible.
And that's it, and we're all done then.
Oh, that's just grim, isn't it?
It's dreadful.
I mean, that is properly awful. Really, really bad.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to go back and look at pictures of the Audi, which doesn't often happen for me.
No, you're not. You're not an Audi man as a rule.
I'm not, but there's the odd model that could turn.
Yeah, we've discussed. I think we're both the same. There are a couple that will be allowed.
The normal everyday diesel nonsense that I'm not interested in the slightest, but there's the odd model. Yeah,
and that particular one, because obviously. We would immediately get in that and go, we can pretend to be in Ronin.
It's Ronin, isn't it? Yeah. The Audi S8, as he mispronounces it, yes.
Dreadful. Phil,
something
Ronin...
that can shove a little bit. Yeah. Oh, sorry, for
Ronin.
Phil.
For Phil. Ronin is a film from 1998 starring Robert De Niro and many others. Sean Bean, Jean Reno... all of that.
Jean Reno, although he's driving a Citroen. Top Gear joke. It's he has seen Ronin, actually, I think.
I know, I think he has, but I have to throw it in there to wind him up.
You do. We must explain. Yes, in case he's forgotten. Audi S8, something that can shove a little bit. Yep, there you go. Right. That's the line. Yes. And it does. In fact, it shoves a Citroen XM.
Oh, yeah, gives it a right old nudge, doesn't it?
It does, which doesn't take a lot. An Audi hitting a Citroen XM is just going to disintegrate.
It is. But everyone in the Citroen is going to have a lovely wobbly time because the suspension's just going to bounce it all out.
That's going to be going for an hour.
Yeah. Silky smooth. Honestly, I've always wondered about that in Citroens and going, if you've got the kids at the back, is it going to make your life really good on a long journey, or are you going to be hosed down in a shower of vomit for non-stop between your departure and your destination?
No, you see, I reject the premise of the scenario because what you've done there is pictured a Citroen XM doing a long journey.
Okay, well, no, I take your point. It probably
totally unrealistic. It's just not. Yeah.
Whichever portion of the journey you manage to complete, are you going to be hosed in vomit, or are you going to have very happy children?
It's a tough call, that, isn't it? Yeah, those squidgy Citroens.
Does it smooth it out so you don't even notice, or does it smooth it out too much where you go, oh God, I'm going to get it down the back of the neck here?
I think a DS will smooth it out. An XM, vomit.
Oh, do you think, with it being a DS and being slightly less refined due to its age and the technology involved, although it probably hasn't become on leaps and bounds since between DS
still
and XM.
Basic. No, it's still the basic system, but the DS was built to a much higher standard than the XM.
Which begs the question of going in Ronin, do you think the henchmen in the back got a bit pukey?
Well, they're big lads. There's some big lads, and they are hanging out the windows a bit, supposedly to shoot guns, but I think it might be also to get a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you don't want your burly chap in the front having a wall of that in the back of his head, because that's going to put him off the driving.
No, but in the XM, guy in the back is the bald guy with the suitcase. There's no security in the back. The security's in the front.
Oh, right. So that's true.
He's in the back on his own. You're thinking of the Peugeots, the 405s.
I am.
Yes.
So, well, actually, then, Matey Boy's in the back with his suitcase. So through the whole film, have both sides been trying to get hold of what is essentially a vessel for travel sickness?
It could be just you're suggesting it's a case
an aluminium puke trough.
I think that may be. Well, we never find out what's in it, do we?
No. Probably for the best if it is a bit vommy.
Oh, if it's a bit, yeah. Well, of course, but there's also a fake one.
A wannabe vomit vessel.
Because he switches it, doesn't he? The Stellan Skarsgård character switches it.
Oh, well, that one's a bit of an... That's the explosive one, isn't it?
That's the explosive one, because De Niro gets the silver paint all over his nice leather jacket.
Yes.
When they turn up in the Mercedes, which is a beautiful vehicle. Beautiful. That the Mercedes-Benz in that's a bronze color as well. That's lovely. I forget what it is now. I'm going to have to look it up.
It's a W124.
Is it a W124? It is a W124. 6.9.
Okay. Is it 124 or is it 123? Oh, I've got myself guessing now.
No, it's not. It's a 450. But that is a W124, I think.
Oh, God, it's bothering me. Hang on.
What was the Mercedes?
No, 124 was 90s. I've got myself.
No, it's a 450 SEL.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Long wheelbase.
Yeah, so that's so if we're going to get our code numbers, it's a W116.
Yes, that's a gorgeous car.
Yes,
really is. I'm not big into Mercedes, but that era, they were built like tanks as well.
It's really good. The only thing, probably the only bit in that film that ever so slightly bothers me does involve that Mercedes.
Okay.
And shortly after, they're planning an ambush and they've rigged the traffic lights.
Yes, I think I know what you're going to say. Yes, and they're in the town square, parked in the town square.
Parked in the town square.
Yeah.
In the murk.
Yeah.
Events unfold. Lots of shooting.
Yeah.
Then a maneuver quickly must happen in the murk.
Yes.
And then
reversing out of the parking space, spin it round, off down the road. Yeah.
In that maneuver is some of the shittest, and I cannot stress this enough, shittest smoke effects.
It is terrible
on the screen. Awful.
It is really bad.
I don't even know where they were going with that. I didn't need it.
No, there it is. It's so obviously. I don't even know whether it was put on afterwards in the edit suite or whether it was actually. I don't know.
It's awwul. I know that.
It is really bad. Yeah, the picture I've just sent you is the exact.
That's the exact spot. Yeah.
Yes.
With such attention to detail with the car stuff.
Well, John Frankenheimer, the director, was a massive petrol head, and he did the F1 film, didn't he? I forget what it was.
A Grand Prix.
Grand Prix, that was it. Yeah. Huge petrol head, and chose the cars very carefully. That was. I don't know whether it was a crap effect done for real or whether they added it in editing. I don't know where
it looks like afterwards. If
it does, it looks like it's laid over the top because the car didn't make enough smoke for his liking. The stunt driver handled it a bit too well, and the tires didn't smoke enough for him. Yes,
but it doesn't need to smoke. It's fine. Oh dear, but there we go.
Maybe an overzealous editor. I don't know, but there is some fantastic camera work with the cars in that movie.
Yes,
really, really good.
Yes, most excellent.
The chase through Paris near the end with the BMW 535. And that is just, we've talked about this before, but it is just an incredible sequence.
Yes, like that.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I'd never get bored of that.
No, I believe they shot it largely for real on a Sunday in Paris.
But I believe
with the cars travelling at over 100 miles an hour through the centre of Paris.
For a large portion of it, with the actors in the front, obviously with the stunt drivers driving it from the roof or the rear, weren't they?
Well, no, what they did, this is in the DVD extras, Robert De Niro talks about. What they did was got right-hand drive cars.
That was
fitted with left-hand drive dashboards. So the actor could sit effectively in the passenger seat with a fake steering wheel, with the camera on them, with a stuntman in the driver's seat with the real steering wheel actually driving the car. So the actor didn't have to actually worry about controlling the car.
Which
and that does show in a few places because there's a bit, I think, where De Niro is in the Peugeot. And although they're driving straight, you can see the spoke of the wheel like he's on full lock.
Yes. And I suppose
that's not a real wheel, is it?
In his defense, De Niro was being driven at high speed towards oncoming traffic.
It was.
It was probably involuntary movement of steering wheel.
It probably was. Yeah, indeed. But clever stuff. Clever stuff.
Yeah, I like a bit of that.
Yeah. Anyway, we've gone deep on Ronin there, which I wasn't expecting.
No, wasn't expecting that, but that's fine because.
How did we get onto that?
Lamborghini, Pistoners homepage, Audi RS.
Audi
S8 even.
Yes. Yeah, no, not an RS. An S8.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't do an RS8, did they? I don't think that's a thing.
No, I don't think it is. No, I think the S8 stands alone, doesn't it?
Yeah, just comfy waft, but with all the oomph.
Yeah.
Where was right? Okay. And more news and events from this week. This is probably. I bet you saw the Pistoners own page too if you had a look.
Probably.
But this is the car that. The reviews are in. We knew it was coming, but everyone has released their information this week. And that's the 911 Dakar.
Yes, it is indeed on the Pistonets homepage.
Of course it is.
Yes.
I mean, and the reviews are glowing.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at it and you go, "That's brilliant," and I'm glad it's a thing. I agree entirely with a lot of people's opinions going, well, it doesn't, it's kind of pointless, but
it is.
But well done.
Yeah. It's a hell of a looking thing. But like you say, it's fairly useless. But yeah.
Well, it's probably quite capable, but it's useless in the sense of people are going to buy it. It's not like they're going to rag it off road.
No, they're not. No. The only one of those that's ever going to get muddy is the one they've used to advertise it. Yes, that's it.
I do like the liveries they've been using, but you can buy, if you're lucky enough to pick up one of these, they are available in a selection of liveries and not just colours.
Oh, of course they are. Well, Porsche don't hold back when it comes to options, do they?
No, and they're very much going off their heritage, because they've got the one that we've all seen in the press this week is the faux Rothmans livery.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Martini one.
Yep.
And
of course,
there is an East Africa Safari Rally one as well. Which is a nod to the competition that they took part in 71, 72, and 74, I think.
Oh, okay.
A really simple livery, kind of black decals on white with roundels for numbers. Fair play. Like I said, it's just pointless. None of us will ever get one because we're not on the list.
No, it's one of those, isn't it? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah. Not that I would particularly want one, to be honest. But
no, it's not high on my list. I like an i11, but I very much put this in the category of it is pointless, but I admire them for making it in the first place.
Yeah, you can appreciate the engineering in that, because it will be exemplary, as it always is from Porsche. But like you say, it's not one that you would particularly hanker after, I don't think.
No, this is true.
No.
And before we draw anything to a close, I had a little excursion on Sunday morning.
Ooh.
Only locally.
Yeah.
I got invited by someone. And I went to just a tiny little car meet, very local.
Okay. Interesting.
And you'll be staggered to hear what car the car I travelled in, and also the convoy I was with as part of that car. I wasn't the driver; I was the passenger. But it wouldn't have been my first choice, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
Because I've never been. Well, I haven't slagged them off, but I haven't had any praise lumped upon them either. But it was very much a convoy of air-cooled VWs.
Oh, yeah, that's not your area.
No,
no. You have made quite some comments about those in the past.
Well, I've got angry at certainly the modern vans. I can't get on board with that. I cannot get on board with that. It's just overpriced tat.
Yes.
But yes, I
can't. I wouldn't have begged you for going to that sort of thing at all. It didn't sound like you would yourself.
I just thought, you know what? Let's live a little.
Yes.
Let's go and let's have a toe in the water here. Let's have a look.
Go and have a look. See what it's all about. Okay.
Let's say the car meet at the other end of the journey was a variety of cars. It just happened to be that I know someone who likes the air-cooled VW-ness.
Ah, yes. I think I might know who you mean.
Yes.
Dub.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, really, really enjoyed that.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes that happens, doesn't it? You don't have high expectations. Really sure if you want to go, but you do go, and it turns out to be brilliant.
Yeah. It's one of those, just a bunch of people who are just utterly pervy about any vehicles, really.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's not. No. And it's one of those places where you can just have those nonsense conversations and no one looks at you odd. You can be normal. Well, I deem normal anyway.
You can be abnormal. Yes.
But yeah, there was some really interesting stuff there.
Fantastic.
One that I think would be right up your pipe. Let me make sure I get the name of this correct, because I do not wish to do it a disservice. Right. Yes, there we go. It's one of those. I am right. There was an Australian Ford Fairmount, a massive wagon.
Oh, okay, a Fairmount, not a Fairmont.
Yeah, Fairmount.
Okay.
Sorry, Mont. What am I on about? Fairmont. Yeah, sorry. I told you I'd get it wrong.
Right.
I even read it off.
I've never heard of a Fairmount, but I'm familiar with a Fairmont. Yes.
No, Fairmount is something quite different.
Yes.
Oh God, it's just this week catching up on me. I apologize.
It's not working for you, is it? No.
But yes, it's absolutely enormous.
Well, they do tend to be. Yes.
Enormous. I can't stress that enough.
Okay.
But it was a fantastic thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
not something you see very often.
No, not at all. But yeah, really cool, really nice. There was, like I said, there was quite a few of the VW bits and bobs. There's some really, really early Beetles, like late 40s, early 50s stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like you look at it and go, "This is old." You look at it and go, "Wow." There's you couldn't consider any of these parts to be even vaguely modern, which was quite cool. One that I would go weak at the knees at in an air-cooled point of view, and that was an absolutely immaculate and slightly modified carbon gear.
Oh, tasty! There is one around here because I've seen it in Tesco's.
I wonder if it's the same one.
It was kind of a goldy silvery color from what I remember.
This one was silver. So
maybe it was silver.
Possible.
Maybe it was silver, but a bit dirty when I saw it.
Maybe. But yeah, his one was silver with red interior, and it was absolutely tremendous.
You just don't see those, do you? That's incredibly rare.
No, and it was. I just listening to it and go, right, okay, I'm familiar with that unmistakable air-cooled noise.
Yeah.
But this was probably the best one I'd heard of, just going, that is so well tuned and smooth. And
really sorted.
Yeah. And just, absolutely gorgeous. Sold.
So, yes, you'd have one of those. Yes. Yeah, they are. There's something about those, isn't there? They are very nice.
Also there was another VW air-cooled there that I didn't know was a thing. And I'd like to know if you've ever heard of it as well. And it was a Type 411.
A Type 411?
Well, a Type 4, but the model was 411.
Okay. Let's have a look here. Oh, right. Okay.
I didn't know that was a thing.
No.
Because the one that was there was the saloon version, not the wagon.
The wagon looks more familiar. I don't know why. The wagon
looks like a Type 3 squareback, do they call it?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's square. Oh my goodness me, we're in the depth.
Wow,
Type 3 squareback is the one you're thinking of which there was also one of those there as well.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
No,
I'm not. No, didn't know about that.
No, I didn't. I was looking at it and going, well, obviously it's VW. I can tell that it's fairly obvious on the front. There's a badge,
There's
but
the badge,
I'd never seen one, never even heard. of
No, that's a car I was not aware of, which is most unusual. Wow, look at that! It's a funny looking thing, isn't it?
and there was a vehicle there for you.
Ooh.
An immaculately restored and in full military paraphernalia Willys Jeep.
Oh yeah, I want that. Oh yeah, I really like those. I really like those. Yeah, they're lovely. Yeah, well, they're not. I mean, they're horrific, but they're lovely at the same time.
Yeah, I thought that would be a bit of you.
Oh, I do like a Willys.
No, I'm sure you do. There was as well. I commented as we arrived, and there was parked in the array of cars a P38 Range Rover.
Oh, that's bold.
And as soon as we arrived, I questioned whether it was exhibiting in the car meet or that's where it last stopped and won't begin again.
Yeah, there is that possibility with a P38. Yes, that it's just refusing to make any further progress. Yeah, yeah, that's a distinct possibility with one of those.
Yes, but yes, my take home from that was I enjoyed air-cooled things.
VW air-cooled things.
Yeah. I mean, I should do really because of the heritage and where Porsche came from and all that.
Yes, well, obviously, yes, yes. Well, we don't need to go into all that, do we? But
no, we don't need to go too far back because it gets a bit iffy.
But yeah, that's one word for it. Yeah, that whole period was very much known for being a bit iffy.
Yeah. That's this isn't a podcast for tackling that moment in history, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it was a bit iffy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I summarised. That's fine.
You did. You've covered that well. I had no idea you were a historian, which is quite hard to say. I almost went into Arkwright then. A historian.
Very good. Oh, that's a retro reference.
That is a retro TV.
Phil, yes. Phil, that's a reference to a character in a beloved TV sitcom called Open All Hours.
Yes, starring Ronnie Barker and David Jason.
I'm so sorry, Phil.
Yeah, but I bet he didn't know that.
Oh, God. Well, we'll find out. He'll report back. Don't you worry.
Oh, he will. It'll be a matter of days and we'll know the answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's another round of bastards on the messages. Yes, very sorry.
I know what Open All Hours is. Dot. Although I've never seen one.
Yes. Oh, dear. But yeah,
very good. That was a nice surprise. Yeah.
That was.
And we've learned about a car we didn't know existed.
Yeah, that was a real nice bit of take home. That was a new car.
I like to learn about a new car, a very old new car.
Yeah. Did have a bit of bacon as well, so it was really.
Oh, well, you can't go to something like that without the meat products being in play. No,
the meat products were tip top. Oh, it's very good. I was happy with that. But yeah, to summarise, I would go again.
You would have again. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And not just.
Well, it's still a car event for car enthusiasts, isn't it? Yes, it's a brand we're not particularly into, and it's a type of vehicle we're not particularly into. But nevertheless, the enthusiasm is still there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can understand. Being immersed in it, I kind of understand it a bit more.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting.
I've talked through it a bit. I know a bit more what it's about. Interesting.
Researching Auto Trader for Beetles, then?
I haven't done that yet. No.
Don't do that.
Well, if I search Auto Trader for anything, regardless of type of vehicle or anything, I still don't know anywhere to put it, so that's no good.
That's true. You are lacking an area.
I am maxed out at present.
You are. Yes, you are at maximum. Well, I keep telling you, chuck one of them over here.
Yeah. You're not maxed out yet.
No.
Mind you, if I park it in front of your garage, that's really going to halt your progress at the moment.
It is a little bit. It depends which vehicle you park. If you park the vehicle I'm hoping right in front of the garage, that is the perfect spot.
Well, yes, on that topic, the listeners won't be... But he wants to borrow the Volvo because he's got to move a load of shite.
Yeah, that's it.
That's as simple as that.
That's summed that up, yes.
Yeah. I get mine back tomorrow.
Oh, right, okay, very good.
There you go. You can have it then.
It's imminent. Very good.
It is imminent. We can have a switcheroo at your convenience.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.